Tonight, rescued from a fire. We're hearing from an Iron Range family after their home burned down over the weekend.
Plus, an incredible ending to a scary situation. We're on the scene of a plane crash near Evelyn where 2 people survived.
And a major pipeline in North Dakota is forced to stop operations after questions over environmental safety.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. A Virginia family is counting their blessings after escaping a house fire over the weekend. The fire destroyed their home and damaged 2 others.
CBS3's John Cardinelli joins us live in Virginia with their harrowing story. John.
Kristen, Tony, I'm at the scene of that home that burst into flames yesterday, and you can take a look here at the scene. It's completely knocked down at this point. This is the rubble that remains. The home is a total loss. And earlier today, I spoke with Alexis Staffa. She lived at the home with her family. She said when she woke up yesterday, all she could see was smoke, and that prompted her to quickly grab her toddler, and that's when she realized her and her family were stuck on the 2nd story of the home. That's when they started moving to the roof as the inside of the home was beginning to get hot. A Virginia police officer arrived on scene and with the help of neighbors got onto the roof to help rescue the family. He was able to get everyone out safely. Tonight, Staffa says she and her family are thankful for the heroic actions of the officer.
I just say thank you and thank God bless you, because if it wasn't for him helping us, because a minute longer and we wouldn't have, somebody would have gotten hurt really bad. And I'm just so thankful he helped me and my family.
Alexis says they lost everything, but they're hopeful they'll be able to rebuild with some help. The house is considered a total loss. And the family also acknowledged with me the outpouring and support that they have received from the community during this difficult time.
Yeah, just incredible. Thanks, John. And tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, we'll hear from the police officer who acted quickly to help save the family's lives.
City officials say they're expected to share more details Tuesday in connection to an abandoned house fire over the weekend. Firefighters spent the early morning hours of Sunday knocking down a fire in a home in the city's Central Hillside neighborhood. Firefighters responded to the home located near the intersection of East 8th Street and North 3rd Avenue East just after midnight Sunday. Officials say they had to fight the fire from the outside due to the building being too hazardous to enter. Officials say the fire caused an estimated $50,000 in damage to the building. Nobody was hurt, and the cause is under investigation. And we'll get a quick look at the weather. Dave, some rain coming down out there, causing some flooding up in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, even though these storms haven't crossed the threshold to earn the title of severe, they've been strong, and they've dumped a lot of rain. My 9th grade science teacher, Mr. Wetzel, called in saying the rain up there in Ely was coming down sideways, and the National Weather Service backs that up, saying 2 to 3 inches of rain have fallen in the last couple of hours, and that has led to them issuing a flood warning for the Ely area till 8:15 here tonight, including Ely, Winton, and Section 30, roughly from Burnside Lake, the east side, through Shagwa over towards Farm Lake, and it looks like it includes Fall Lake too, which is an important entry point to the boundary water. So people have to watch out in that neck of the woods for flooded ditches encroaching on roadways. You have to be very careful, as the Weather Service says, turn around, don't drown. Now we move towards what's happening out there right now, and that cold front stirring up those storms is still out there, and so there's still a 50% chance northern Minnesota will get some more rain, and Wisconsin, Michigan has a 70% chance that the storms will pass over into their area, but fade down to a 30% chance early tomorrow morning. Then high pressure brings us a mostly sunny sky Tuesday afternoon, but will it last any longer than Tuesday? I don't think so. More storms could be with us Tuesday night, and I'll talk about that coming up in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. We're getting our first look today at the charred wreckage of a plane crash that happened near Evelyn on Sunday. The Piper PA-32 went down sometime after 3 p.m. in this wooded area about 2 miles southeast of the Evelyn, Virginia Municipal Airport. Miraculously, the 2 people on board made it out alive. Late this afternoon, we learned the names of the 2 people involved, 73-year-old Richard Zahaski and his wife, Roseanne Zahaski of Decorah, Iowa. We're told both were treated for minor injuries and released from the hospital. CBS3's Leanne Valdez spent the day near the crash site. She has the very latest details for us tonight.
Evelyn police say the plane took off from Tower, Minnesota, heading back to Iowa when the plane started having some engine problems. And that's when the pilot attempted to land at the Evelyn, Virginia airport. The first people to discover the crash was the airport's manager, his wife, and a St. Louis County Sheriff's deputy. The group of three took to the skies around 3:30 Sunday at the request of St. Louis County Sheriff's Office. After a couple of minutes of searching, Allman's wife spotted the wreckage. Allman says he saw flames coming from the plane's cabin area. He thinks it may have come from trees burning and not the aircraft itself. Allman added the wings had broken off and were about 20 feet away from the airplane. He's been in the airline industry for 40 years and can't believe anyone survived this crash.
Seeing what we saw, is like there's no way that anyone come out of this airplane alive. And from the point we saw it at the time we saw it at, things may have changed and they were able to get out.
Allman also assisted in the 2002 Paul Wellstone crash that actually happened just a couple miles from the scene of the crash that happened on Sunday. Meanwhile, back here tonight, the Federal Aviation Administration is on scene and they are investigating.
Thanks, Leanne. Well, back in the Twin Ports, police arrested a man for smashing in several windshields with a large rock last week in Duluth. This is one of the damaged cars. Police say the suspect smashed 4 windshields in different areas of the city. Officers arrested the suspect Friday morning, and he is expected to be charged in court tomorrow.
Minnesota public safety officials are updating the driver's manual to give motorists who are legally carrying guns guidance on what to do if stopped by police. The change announced today comes 4 years after police fatally shot Philando Castile after he told an officer he had a gun. Authorities learned after the shooting Castile had a permit to carry the firearm legally. Castile's mother sought the change. It's one of 28 recommendations made by a working group on deadly encounters with police.
It tells you to tell the officer that you have a firearm in the vehicle. Tell them where the firearm is located while keeping your hands where they can be seen. Don't reach around inside the vehicle. Don't get out of the vehicle.
The new language also outlines what motorists can expect when being approached by law enforcement.
New at 6, a Minnesota woman faces trial after pleading guilty to fatally shooting a woman in Florida. Lois Reese is being held at the Steele County Detention Center in Owatonna on charges of first and second-degree murder. Reese pleaded guilty to shooting a woman in Florida so she could assume her identity. She's been returned to her home state to face trial on allegations that she killed her husband in 2018. A federal judge has ordered the Dakota Access Pipeline to shut down until more environmental review is done. The pipeline has been carrying oil for 3 years. A U.S. district judge said in April the pipeline remains, quote, highly controversial. The judge said more extensive review was necessary than the environmental assessment that was done. Today, the judge wrote, even though the disruption will be significant, the pipeline must be shut down. The Standing Rock Tribe pressed legal action against the pipeline even after it began carrying oil from North Dakota.
Essentia's Vision Northland project is on track for its winter 2023 completion. Dr. Robert Erickson, the medical director of the project, says the building's foundation has been completed between Superior Street and First Street, while the foundation between Superior and 2nd Street is expected to be completed by August. When the building is complete, patients and visitors can expect private patient rooms, enhanced technology in operating rooms, and a support floor, which will include a cafeteria, chapel, and retail. The new building will also be all glass, which Dr. Erickson says will help retain heat and promote sustainability. For updates and information about the Vision Northland project, you can visit our website. Crews are back to work on Superior Street construction after a weekend off for the 4th of July holiday. City officials say construction will continue this week. Projects will include removing bricks, pavement, and rocks from the site, hot water installation, storm structure work, permanent water and storm sewer tie-ins, and structural work on vaults. Crews will also begin pouring roadway and sidewalks near Lake Avenue. Business and residences along Superior Street remain open.
The clock is ticking to file your taxes. The federal government postponed the traditional April 15th filing deadline until July 15th due to the pandemic. The move provided some economic and logistic relief for taxpayers dealing with uncertainty brought on by lockdowns, school closures, and shuttered businesses. But now that new deadline is rapidly approaching. Taxpayers must file or seek an extension by the new deadline or face a possible penalty.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, tutors needed. Why school officials are putting out a call as some students struggle to meet grade level standards.
High temp today of 85 degrees is still warmer than normal, but not high enough to set a new record this time around. This 95 from 1988 still stands. I remember that one pretty well. It was pretty toasty. And for the week ahead, we will stay warmer than normal, and maybe in a couple days we could threaten records once again as the warmer weather continues. But when we come back, we will talk about that and the chance for more storms in just a minute or two.
Live, local, CBS3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS3.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It just gives you such a boost of confidence.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home. I had the timer on, and we were screaming. 4 minutes, 34 seconds, completely gone.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. These lines bother me. They really do. And this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it targets all those problem areas.
So this would be a daily thing? Or
It absolutely could be a daily thing, but the way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Our Northland may not have the longest severe weather season, but it does come around every now and then. I'm hoping folks will keep an eye to the sky and on Channel 3 here this summer. If severe weather threatens, Austin Haskins, Caitlin Moffat, and I will keep our eyes glued to the radar. We'll break in if you need to hear about the latest storm developments. We'll work together to keep our region safe.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS3.
How about we begin with a little bit of optimism? There's so many bright spots and bright lights out there, and we want to show that too.
Oh, it's better when we're together.
Hey, Big Bird. Hi.
Oh, Anthony, how are you?
I work for CBS. We're doing a story on the economy. Can I ask you a couple questions?
I know it's about race, but I also see that it's about humanity. And that's a toast to that.
Oh, it's better when we're together.
CBS This Morning, weekdays at 7 a.m. on CBS.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
We'll start here with another look at that flood warning for the Ely area, which is in effect until 8:15 here tonight. In the past couple of hours, a line of potent storms, not quite severe, but strong enough, brought 2 to 3 inches of rain in that neck of the woods. So Weather Service put the flood warning into effect. And the problem is the ditches are filling up on the roadsides, could threaten traffic. You have to watch out there. And this area roughly covers, from the Rock Crusher towards the Silver Rapids Bridge. And so those of you familiar with that neck of the woods, take her easy at least for a little while. And then hopefully the rest of us get some rain too. Maybe not that much, but enough rain to knock down the drought conditions that we're facing around the area. Some towns have been getting some today. Others are still hoping. And we'll talk about those hopes in more detail after a look at the current conditions. It's 71 degrees there, so a recent round of rain here in the Twin Ports area has taken temperatures down a couple of pegs, but increased the relative humidity up to 78% as that fallen rain starts to re-evaporate. Wind is northerly 13 miles per hour. That should drop temperatures at least a little bit, give us a bit of a respite from the warm spell for a couple of hours. Air pressure at the surface on the higher side at 1,014 millibars, but up aloft it is indeed low enough, and a cold front stirring up and providing the lift could overcome that and bring us a continued 50 to 70% chance for more showers and storms tonight. Current temps mid to upper 70s in the Upper Peninsula. We're running 79 to 82 in northwestern Wisconsin. Superior, the rain has knocked them down to 76. At 79, Moose Lake. And where that heavier rain came from, the Mesabi to the Vermilion Iron Ranges, we're looking at temperatures at least briefly in the 60s. And again, that's a bit of a break from the warm spell that really hit folks up north over the weekend with 90s just about everywhere. Doppler map right now shows the Minnesota round of rain is starting to fade away as that cold front now enters Lake Superior. It is kicking up and scaring the fish a little bit here once it leaves the North Shore. And again, keep in mind there's a pretty decent chance that'll hold together as it crosses into the Bayfield Peninsula. So that's why we're saying folks in the UP and in Minnesota still have a 70% chance for more rain here tonight as that front continues its progress, but should be gone by tomorrow morning as high pressure settles in. So some towns like Tower have managed an inch of rain here today. And again, reports from the Weather Service say 2 to 3 inches in Ely. How much more could happen if these rain chances continue to pay off? Well, in Minnesota, the bulk of the action may be done here. Maybe just a trace to a tenth, 2/10 of an inch there. Although down towards Hinckley, maybe close to a half inch. Then into Wisconsin and Michigan, we're looking at a trace to about 1/3 of an inch. And again, folks need that rain. Hopefully it happens without causing any flooding problems. Now, we take a look at the forecast tonight. Minnesota, your low temps will go from 57 to 65, and for a change, it'll be warmer by the lake. Now we go into Wisconsin and Michigan. Low temps there, lower 60s. 70% storm chance there, 50% chance for more in Minnesota. And then that fades away as the high pressure takes over for Tuesday at least. Sunny and partly cloudy and 85 or so for Wisconsin and the UP. Sunny and 80s for Minnesota as well. But the next round of rain, that could be with us by Tuesday night. And then a 50% chance goes through Wednesday. And a 50% chance goes through Thursday morning, Tony and Kristen. And just like today, there's a chance some of this weather could become strong, if not severe. And we'll have to pay attention, remember our P's and Q's, and seek shelter if it starts to knock on your door.
Yeah, even though it's all 80s in the forecast there, it looks to be a little cooler than last week.
And once we get towards Friday, the dew points should come down a bit for the weekend by about 10 degrees. That should make a difference in humidity levels, too.
All right, sounds more relaxing. Thanks, Dave.
Today marks the 10-year anniversary of Wisconsin's smoke-free law for indoor restaurants and bars. According to the American Lung Association, about 20% of adults and 21% of high school students in the state of Wisconsin smoked when this law was passed. A decade later, those numbers have dropped to 16% of adults and 5% of high school students who still smoke. Pat McCone with the association says the fight against smoking isn't over, as e-cigarettes are the next battle.
We all want a better situation for our kids and our grandkids, and that they have to make a decision about, do I work at a workplace that has smoking or not? That should not be, we should not have to compromise our health for a job.
As for Minnesota, it passed an indoor smoke-free law in 2007. Last year, an e-cigarette use was added to the law. Wisconsin still has not added e-cigs to their smoke-free law.
Across the state of Minnesota, the need for tutors is on the rise. Duluth is especially in need of more help. Duluth schools are looking for 16 tutors for reading and math. Across the state, about 40% of students are below a grade level in those subjects. Educators believe that number is increasing due to COVID-related distance learning. Lindsay Molstad, the Minnesota Reading and Math Corps Director, says this program is beneficial not just for students, but the tutors as well.
You know, really that passion for wanting to help students and kind of helping to close those achievement gaps, and really just wanting to help out their community. We provide all the training, and we actually provide some great coaching and support throughout the year as well. And so if someone's kind of curious about what the next step could be, you know, this would be a great opportunity.
Tutors have to be at least 18 years old and have a high school diploma or GED. You can find more information on the program on our website.
A local Habitat for Humanity branch is seeking home repair applicants in multiple northern Minnesota counties. The request is part of the Age in Place program. The program works with older adult homeowners to support their efforts to safely maintain their homes as their needs evolve. Repair projects generally focus on the safety, accessibility, and health of homeowners. The program is seeking applicants from Carlton, St. Louis, Lake, and Douglas counties. We have more details on how to apply on our website.
Coming up in sports, some bad news for the Milwaukee Bucks. Kelly tells us what it is next.
Summer is here with Crestliner at RJ Sport and Cycle.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Reclaim your life today in the face of anxiety, depression, or thoughts of suicide at Ketamine North Infusion. In our safe spaces, we want to ensure you a better quality of life with our low-dose IV ketamine infusions. Ketamine North Infusion. Be well with us.
We have a structure fire with injuries on Highway 13.
Did you know your friends and neighbors volunteer to provide emergency services? They are serving many communities and need your help. Challenge yourself. Be part of the team. Be somebody.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS3 Duluth.
Our Northland may not have the longest severe weather season, but it does come around every now and then. I'm hoping folks will keep an eye to the sky and on Channel 3 here this summer. If severe weather threatens, Austin Haskins, Caitlin Moffett, and I will keep our eyes glued to the radar. We'll break in if you need to hear about the latest storm developments. We'll work together to keep our region safe.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS3. Every second of every day, it happens. Something big, something worth talking about. News happens, and you can't wait for it. You need to be constantly digging, asking, hunting, wanting more. More truth, more real answers. More who, what, where, when, and why. And it's about you. It's about now. It's about wherever, whenever. At Live Local CBS3, it's about the news. Your neighborhood news.
Dude! You gonna pick that up? Because there's no poop fairy to do that for you. See? Take these. They're not just poop bags. They're pride bags. Because you're doing the right thing for your neighbors and for the health of the whole watershed. Gotta fly. There's a Chihuahua cranking one out in Leicester right now. There is no poop fairy.
I don't believe there's another meteorologist in this area who has the experience and years that Dave has.
He's an Ely guy, he's local, he's been here.
His experience, that's something that's really special to CBS3.
He's just like this bastion of knowledge. He remembers everything.
Get to know Dave Anderson weekday nights on Live Local CBS3. Live Local CBS3.
As sports begin to make their return, this isn't the news you really want to hear. The Milwaukee Bucks have officially shut down their practice facility after 2 players tested positive for COVID-19. The Bucks plan to keep the facility closed for workouts until the team leaves for Orlando on Thursday in preparation for restarting the NBA season. According to the NBA's health and safety guidelines, any player who contracts COVID-19 must quarantine and test negative twice before being medically cleared to make the trip to Orlando. The NBA built in a 3-week window in case someone does test positive. With the Bucks' first game on July 31st, there is a chance for someone to rejoin the team with a negative test. The Bucks have not identified the players who have contracted COVID-19. The Minnesota Athletic Conference announced today that they have canceled all fall athletics with the exception of those that are categorized as low risk. Only golf and clay target will be performed this fall with the cancellation of football, volleyball, and soccer. Mesabi Range College is a member of the conference. Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP, and now the richest human in all of sport. ESPN is reporting Mahomes has signed a 10-year contract extension to stay in Kansas City. That's according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. The deal is, according to Ian Rappaport, wait for it, worth over $503 million. $140 million of that is guaranteed. With the current state of women's hockey, players have a big decision to make after college. Will they join the National Women's Hockey League, the most notable North American hockey league, the Professional Women's Hockey Association, a grassroots organization of some of the best players in the world back for its second year, or play overseas internationally? Now, 3 of the most recent UMD women's hockey graduating class, goaltender Maddie Rooney, forward Riley Houston, and forward Sydney Brott, are heading to the Professional Women's Hockey Association, or more well known as the PWHPA. The decision for all of them came for a multitude of different reasons from each of the players. Most notably, though, that they want to further the game of hockey.
I look up to a lot of the players that are in the league right now, and I think it's cool that they're kind of being trailblazers for women's hockey and trying to start something that will help future generations kind of more make a living or hopefully create a bigger league.
The support like we have like with our senior class, like 3 of us are going to the PWHPA, and I think like having that support even like within the team is huge. I look up to a lot of the players that are already playing, and I think it'll be a privilege to even be on the same ice with most of the players that are out there.
We're all probably grateful just for the opportunity to continue playing. Like obviously we'll miss that college routine, but I wouldn't say that I'm dreading it at all. I'm actually kind of looking forward to post-grad life.
And we'll end with baseball. The Milwaukee Brewers players reported to Miller Park for practice over the weekend. 45 players are attending the summer camp ahead of the shortened season amid the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. And with MLB schedules officially released as of today, opening day is scheduled for July 24th against the Cubs at Wrigley Field. The Brewers will play a total of 60 games this season. We'll hear about the Twins' schedule tonight at 10 here on the CBS3 News. That's going to do it for sports for now. Kristen and Tony, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Let's get a final look at the weather because there is a lot going on across the region tonight.
Yeah, one more time we'll take a look at that flood warning for the Ely area, which goes from the east side of that region, or from the west side over towards the east side. I'm getting backwards here on this. In effect till 8 o'clock tonight. 3 inches of rain there in the last couple of hours have made the potential for roads getting underwater possible there, so be careful indeed there. And the rest of us face a chance for showers and storms here tonight. It's a 50% chance for more action in Minnesota and a 70% chance it'll kick up in Wisconsin and the UP. And rain totals underneath these storm cells could add up. Well, if you're just outside of it, you may not get anything. It's not really that fair. Then Tuesday should be partly cloudy from a brief visit of high pressure before our next chance of rain comes for Wednesday.
All right, we'll see you at 10.